So how would you describe the relationship between the reflexes, sensory, and motor tools regarding a child's development? How do they all work together?
Well, okay. So the reflexes are there for three purposes. They are there to help the child uh, to be born, to survive in the first few months of life, and to initiate early movement, right? And then and it works hand in hand with the seven senses that we have: seeing, hearing, feeling, smelling, tasting, plus our sense of balance and our sense of proprioception or intuition, learning about our space and our environment. And these seven senses, what the reflexes do is they initiate movement, which allows a child to then go and explore their world. So the child needs both in order to be able to use their body to its potential, if you like. When reflexes have a specific life cycle, if you like, they emerge in utero, they get used in the early months of life, and then they do what we call integrate into your system, which means they don't disappear completely, because they can come back in situations of trauma and when I talk about trauma, I'm referring to emotional, physical, all sorts of trauma. They can reappear. But those reflexes, if they don't integrate, can get in the way of a child's coordination and physical development. And it can also impact on life, really. For instance, you've got a reflex called the palmar reflex, which is the reflex that is associated with, in the early months, initiates sucking. It's the sucking reflex. But if it doesn't integrate through sensory experience, and what I mean by sensory experience is tactile, messy, gooey, physical play, then it can get in the way of a child's development of pencil grip. It can get in the way of a child being able to use its mouth to pronounce words well. It can get in the way of the child having control of the muscles around the mouth. So sometimes eating can become messy, or they can become a dribbly kind of child. And also it can get in the way, if it's not integrated, that when the hand moves, the mouth moves at the same time, right? So you get a motor overflow happening. They just work in harmony with each other. So in terms of a physical program, early movement patterns like rolling, pulling yourself along, hanging, crawling, hopping, skipping, those kinds of movement patterns help integrate the reflexes. And so does sensory experience. So providing a tactile, nutritious environment for a child helps these reflexes to integrate. So the two work really closely together, and they function mostly in the brainstem.